Welcome back. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Colby Outdoors, and today we're going to be talking to you about my ice fishing, rod and reel arsenal, and the tackle I bring with me while ice fishing. So let's get started. So, first off, my go-to rod and reel for ice fishing. This is the rod is this comes in a combo, but the rod is a 13 Fishing Heat Wave 28-inch medium action rod. Okay, so that is the rod. Nice foam handle. A lot of people don't like foam handles, but it just feels comfortable in the hand. The reel is a 13 Fishing Heat Wave ice fishing reel, 5:2-to-1 gear ratio. This can hold 3-pound line, 180 yards, 4-pound line, 145, 6-pound line, 90 yards. Smooth. I've caught a lot of fish on this rod. The drag is nice on it. Right now I got it paired with, what is this? I think this is 8-pound fluorocarbon ice fishing line. Difference between an ice fishing line and normal line is ice fishing line isn't supposed to freeze up. This rod, especially a medium action rod, I would really recommend it for like panfish. Not even like this is a little heavy for panfish, but like bass. I caught a couple pike on this baby. What else? Walleye. I would suggest this for walleye, like if you're jigging in a lake. Like if you're on the river with current using big jigs, this would not be good, but on a lake with little buckshots, what we were using in our last video. Yeah, I know we were on the river, but those buckshots we were using in the lake last year. If you haven't seen that video, go check that video out. Ice fishing for sauger and walleye on the Red River. That is my go-to rod. I have a lot of other rods, or my family has a lot of other rods that I use, but I bought this reel and rod combo this year. Really like it. This retails for $19.99 at Cabela's. Yeah, you could say, oh, cheap, that's cheap, you're just looking for a cheap reel. Actually, I was gonna spend like the money on a good ice fishing reel, like, I don't know, $55, $45, $50. But I saw this just sitting there, and they had a whole stack of them. And I didn't want too heavy of a rod, and I didn't want too light of a rod. So I just picked this one. It was cheap. I really like it. Got this one at Cabela's. And now on to the tackle. This is what I bring with me ice fishing. I know it's not a lot. You don't really need that much ice fishing, especially like what I usually ice fish for. So just in the big compartment here, I got just some grub tails, some Mr. Twister, 3-inch, 25-pack white single tail grub tails. Here I got actually some little paddle tails that you can put on a jig head and fish vertically. Just kidding, I fished them horizontally. Scrap that part actually. Then I got some leaders here for some pike. Some rot claw scissors. Cut some line. You got a bobber. Cheap bass bobber. And so right here, this one compartment up here is spoons, rattle traps. This is supposed to be up here. This is just supposed to be jigs that were used, and then just plain jigs and swivels. So usually, I'll show you this buckshot I was talking about. So this is the buckshot that we use. Usually this is 3/8 ounce. Might even be 1/2 ounce. but on the lake you just use 1/4 ounce tipped with a minnow, and that's what you use for walleye. I have a couple of those, and when I say spoons, like, see another one of those in green. These came in mystery tackle box in the ice fishing kit. Go check them out at MTB, mysterytacklebox.com. These spoons you can actually throw in the summer or like in open water for like casting, but they also work for vertical fishing. Here, just a little minnow imitation. Though that's actually heavy, I was using that on the river for walleye. I didn't catch anything. Little spoon for some panfish. Got a little rattle. Not sure if you can hear that. And these are called warthog spoons. Just one. These are sort of like those buckshots, but they got one single hook instead of a treble hook, and they have a bigger rattle, and they're shaped sort of have a little curve to them, so they give them a little more wobble action. I have a fair bit of rattle traps, silver and red, just plain, and different sizes too. Like here I got a little live target perch. You know, I actually caught a little perch on that. But here caught a walleye, pike on there, big rattles. You think that's big? Look at this beast. Never caught a fish on it, but I did use some to pull in big pike. Just get their attention, bring them over, and then I switched to a smaller imitation. Another smaller like minnow imitation. And this I actually got in MTB. This is actually a blade bait with a extension blade on the end. This is actually meant for open water fishing, vertical fishing, and it's vertical fishing, so, and while you're ice fishing, you're vertical fishing. So, thought I would test it out. Yes sir, I caught a walleye on there. Just plain jig and jig tail. This is what I was using in the last video for sauger and walleye. I was catching most of them there. It's a Northland Tackle thumper jig with a little blade on the bottom, and we were tipping that with a minnow. And if you actually watch the video, you'll see me show me catching fish on it. Another rattle trap, craw imitation. Yeah, I caught a couple saugers on this last time I was out ice fishing. Just some inline spinners that you can vertical fish. Some panfish jigs. And then the rest is just jigs like this, just plain jigs. You don't need a lot for ice fishing, because it's usually the color, because you can't really do a lot. It's like, it's not like open water fishing where you can throw top water, you could throw bottom baits, you can throw like suspending baits. It's like you jig off the bottom, or with different things. You got rattle traps, jigs, and usually rattle traps, jigs, and spoons. And spoons and jigs, you jig, like everything you gotta jig while you're ice fishing, unless you got like a bobber or you're dead sticking it. But while you're ice fishing, you don't need a lot. Usually it's the bait that's on it. Usually when you have a spoon, you tip it with a waxworm, minnow, whatever. Like for pike, you can 2 treble hooks with a big shad, or like a Cisco or a Tulabee, same thing. Just set that down there. Some sardines, herrings, whatever. Just bait fish that you sit them up how they would swim in the water on 2 treble hooks on a tip up, and that's how you catch the big pikes. that's about it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. That is my ice fishing tackle and my go-to ice fishing rod. If you want one of these, go to cabela's.com and pick yourself up one of these bad boys. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you didn't see my last video, click right there, maybe somewhere around here. Maybe right there, maybe right there. I don't know. Check out that video of ice fishing, me using some of those baits, catching some walleye and sauger. Hit that subscribe button somewhere around here, and I'll catch you next time for another episode. Cool. Okay. Oh,